Hey Geminis, my name is Jacine, also known as Tempest Trade, and this is your energy check-in. This message or these messages may resonate for you if you have the Gemini Zodiac anywhere in your chart. Please use discernment when listening to these messages, as not everything is for you. Some parts of it may be for other people outside of you, so check in with your intuition when listening to these messages. And if you're interested in a one-on-one private session with me for divination, tarot, energy healing, or sound healing, you can go to my Linktree, Tempest Trade, in the description below, or go to any of my social media. Lastly, these messages are not time sensitive, which means there may be a message in these videos for you anytime you come across these videos. So like, share, comment, bookmark, send it to yourself. Do whatever it is you need to do to keep track of these videos, since you might need to come back to these at a later date. All right. Now that all of that is out of the way, what do the Geminis need to know right now? Ooh. We have the Hermit in the sideways. This is giving me the indication that some of you need to kind of pull back from certain things, from certain people, certain places, certain situations, and you need to place yourself into solitude because you need to look inside yourself, or you need to figure some things out, or you need to heal. But some of you are being asked to take time for yourself. Take time for yourself so that way you can work on yourself and focus on yourself. And some of you have already spent enough time focusing on yourself, and like you spent enough time in solitude, and you're being asked to basically get out into the world again, put yourself out there again. Now we have the Four of Wands in the sideways. Some of you are having a hard time being dedicated or committed to a particular idea or concept or person, job, family member, friendship, whatever it is that requires your commitment, your dedication. It's either you're kind of in this back and forth, in and out, or you're not ready yet to commit to something, because the Four of Wands does represent like marriages, or commitment, dedication. Sometimes sometimes families. So, and it doesn't have to be romance. It's just some type of commitment and dedication that you need to put into something, some type of like long-term effort. And I'm getting the feeling that maybe some of you, maybe you need to look inside to figure out what it is. Oh, that's a lot of cards. It's 3 cards. I guess I can take that, and that'll be the end of the reading. Well, the end of the tarot. But some of you, I think you're being called to focus. What do you really want for long term? Like, what does happy family really mean to you? What does commitment, loyalty, dedication, what does all of that really mean to you? Or at the same time, are you ready to have that type of commitment, whatever it is, a job, like a career, a hobby, possibly starting a family? We have the Hangman in the reversal, the World in the reversal, and the Queen of Swords in the upright, followed by the Seven of Pentacles in the reversal at the bottom of the deck. So this is a little interesting, this combination of cards, because the Hangman, I feel what I'm getting from these cards is that there's possibly doubt, fear, insecurity towards starting fresh, starting new, and you're kind of in your head about what is required in order to begin a new chapter. And I feel like this Queen of Swords represents the firmness of your decision, of your boundaries, your standards, the values, the principles, the clarity, the focus, and to stand strong on those boundaries and standards and what you have inside your mind. So it's almost like you need to stop going in circles. And with this Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in the reversal, it's like there's more work needs to be put into, I think, more work with introspection, more work with more internal work, more dedication, more commitment. And for those of you who essentially have done the time that you needed to do to look inside and ask yourself what you truly want and how you want to go about it, I feel like now you just need to let go of certain habits, certain perceptions, and essentially stop holding yourself back. I mean, both sides of the coin is you holding yourself back, whether or not you're holding yourself back from going out into the world or you're holding yourself back from looking within and asking the hard choices or asking the hard questions. It's like work still needs to be put in. Yeah. Work still needs to be put in to end certain cycles and to change perceptions or change your views on certain things. Ooh. I didn't realize that there were two cards. Repressed memory on top of dream in the reversal. Repressed memory reversal on top of dream in the reversal. And that's under the Hermit card. So it's like waking up, remembering it's like remembering your dreams. But it's kind of like having this, this is really giving me the feeling of having a dream or having desires or wants, but then thinking that like, oh, this I can't have this because it's too much like a dream. It's too fantasy. It's too like this doesn't exist in the real world. Like, you know, when children, they say, oh, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be whatever, I want to be a unicorn, I want to be a princess, and like someone will essentially say, oh, you can't be that. It's like that. It's like certain dreams that you had that were put down, that you couldn't, that you were told, or you somehow felt like you couldn't achieve those dreams. And it's like trying to remember, your dreams, why you had the dreams in the first place, like why you wanted those things in the first place. And if like that's either what you're doing or what some of you who need to go into solitude to look inside yourself, it's like that's what you're being asked to do. That's what you need to do. You need to remember your dreams. Now underneath the Four of Wands in the sideways is the reap and sow. Reap and sow. So reap and sow in terms of agriculture and harvest, it is very much about the concept. If you put enough diligent hard work into tilling the soil, tending to the soil, planting the seeds, and tending to those seedlings and sprouts as they grow, how diligent you are about the upkeep and the growth of the seeds will determine how abundant your harvest is when it's time to harvest the harvest whatever it is that you've planted, grown, built. So it's interesting that this should come out underneath the commitment, dedication, marriage card, because it's kind of like doubling down on something. You can only commit to something if you commit to it, if you put in diligent effort, and your dedication, your effort is the commitment itself. What you consistently do on a daily basis is the commitment itself. Also, in terms of karma and dharma, that card also represents reaping what you sow. Your actions, good or bad, usually will have a ripple effect that will come back to you in some type of way. And the question is, what type of actions are you putting out into the world? And what types of reactions, responses, or situations are you being placed into as a result of it? Or sometimes not even as a result, because sometimes things happen and you don't really see how they're connected, but there are certain things behind the scenes that made it happen. So that awareness too. Okay. It's interesting, lost in the reversal to clarify the Hanged Man in the upright. Part of the healing and part of the habits that need to be broken is essentially finding yourself again. Finding what was lost, recovering what is missing, finding the missing piece. The missing piece could be something inside yourself, or the missing piece could be, usually it's something inside yourself, if we're being honest. No matter what type of thing enters your life, whether it is a person, place, or thing, even if that person, place, or thing has come into your life, it's still something within you that shifts. So yes, recovering something about yourself, something about maybe your dreams, maybe your inner child, recovering stability, recovering peace of mind. Every time it feels like cards are flipping and they're not. Okay, that's a lot of cards. The World, Identity Thief, and Freya in the reversal. And that's with the World in the reversal, which is habits, cycles, beginnings, endings, opportunities, growth, evolution, expansion. But in the reversal. So some type of stagnancy, some type of stuck feeling, some type of stalling or denial or refusal. And it's kind of like it's paired with either something being taken from you or you taking from other people. Like certain habits, certain views. It could be like having trust issues, or it could be actually having sticky fingers and taking things from people. Whether you're taking like money, items, or like. Which is funny. I have a random song generator pulling random songs from all over YouTube and Spotify. And the song that just started right now is Black Eyed Peas. And the song is Just Can't Get Enough. Just can't get enough. I don't know if it's about love. It could be. I'm addicted and I just can't get enough. Yeah, I don't know if it's about love or about like money or stuff. Yeah, okay. Never mind. It's about love. Now, Freya in the reversal. Freya is the goddess card, and she is the goddess of battle, magic, witchcraft, witches, if I'm not mistaken, beauty, battle, a few other things too. But Freya's in the reversal, and reversal, a goddess reversal card is kind of like maybe this goddess, this particular type of entity, or an entity similar to this goddess has been trying to reach out unsuccessfully. Maybe if there isn't a person that's been taking from you, maybe they've somehow gone against, like they did things that they shouldn't have done. So now there is consequences. But it could also be you. You could be the identity thief, the bad person doing things they shouldn't be doing, and, you know, karma. But this could also mean, since Freya is the goddess of witches, magic, witchcraft, battle, beauty, it could be a call, a request for you to have a bit more magic and spirituality into your life, possibly love yourself a bit more, possibly be more assertive, be more battle ready. And I don't mean battle ready like go to war, but I mean battle ready like don't shy away from conflict. Stand firm. Even if it's against yourself, like stand firm on your own bad habits. Stand firm. Yeah. So the next card that we have come out is Archenemy, and that came out to clarify the Queen of Swords. And I said Queen of Swords represents boundaries, standards, standing up for yourself, making yourself known for the values, the goals, the principles, or whatever it is that you're very clear about in your mind about who you are and what you want, like standing firm on that. And it's like stand firm against your arch enemies, the people that and look, we have copycat. A copycat crime is committed, and we have identity thief. Stand firm against people that try to take you down a peg or two, try to lower you in some type of way, overlook you, hurt you. Yeah. Kept secret, to clarify the Seven of Pentacles in the reversal with, ooh, selfish, bad practitioner, jealous, envy. Interesting, interesting. I was saying how this reverse Freya, it could be that someone did something that they shouldn't have done against someone, against you, maybe, or someone else. If this is you, for example, that you've done something against someone else, against guidance and advice. And then now there is karma. And that's funny because we do have the bad practitioner, jealous and envy. So if it's not a practitioner, then it's just someone who is just jealous and envious. But it's in the reversal. Maybe you don't know who this is, or maybe they don't even know themselves. Could be you too. Like you, for example, might not even know that you're jealous or envious, and you might not even be aware that you're doing magic. How can that be possible? Weirder things have happened in this world. Weirder things have happened. Now, kept secret. You prove your trustworthiness. A lock refuses to be picked. A barrier holds true. Only you know the truth. But in the reversal, it's the opposite. So you're not trustworthy. A lock has been picked. A barrier has been broken. And everyone knows the truth. And that is to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, which is the stuck, stagnant, work isn't being done. Yeah. Like there needs to be more firmness, more dedication, more commitment towards what it is you're trying to accomplish, your goal, your healing, your decisions, your choices. And then at the same time, what do those choices actually mean and represent? Like, are you fully aware the consequences and the impact of certain choices that you make? Now I need to get my other deck of cards from the bag. And I had to sneeze too. Oh, a song is just starting. Dolly Parton, Jolene. I'm begging you, please don't take my man. We have identity thief. And we have the marriage commitment card out here. I mean, it is possible this might be a relationship for some of you. So either someone, maybe a third party came in and decided to do some stuff. Well, realistically, a third party can only enter if they're being allowed to enter. If a third party is not allowed to enter, they're not gonna enter. So it's like a vampire. Someone has to say, come on in order for a third party to even be able to affect anything. So please keep that in mind. All right, let's get clarity. Oh, that one like popped. So the card that flipped out is Disciple of the Old Ways in the reversal. And that's to verify or clarify Hermit with the dream and repressed memory. So Disciple of the Old Ways is very much like Jump Around by House of Pain. So Disciple of the Old Ways is very much like old traditions, old values, old principles, old methods, certain ways of being and ways of living that has been around for a long time, and it's a tradition for a reason. So since Disciple of the Old Ways is in reversal, it's kind of giving me that feeling of needing to remember your roots, or needing to remember why certain things are done the way they are done. It's giving me the Hierophant energy card. Retribution, to clarify reap and sow, and the Four of Wands. I keep forgetting, like I keep looking up retribution and I keep forgetting the definition. I feel like that's forgiveness. Oh, punishment, my bad. Punishment inflicted on someone as vengeance for a wrong or criminal act. Remember, I was mentioning how I'm also getting the feeling of karma, reaping and sowing, that your actions. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like with commitment, dedication, loyalty, honesty, with building a legacy, constructing something long term. So it could be goals, it could be achievements, it could be opportunities. It's basically any opportunity to dedicate yourself to something long term. There is karma taking place in that area, in that department, and that karma is directly related to the amount of effort or the lack thereof that you're putting in. And whatever you get is essentially like that punishment. And going back, I did mention, someone doing something bad against whatever guidance that they were given by some type of higher power. And now that person is going to have karma because they shouldn't have done what they did. And it's out of envy, jealousy, probably some type of hidden envy and hidden jealousy, like unknown, you don't even know. Or they don't even know. Charge. Move forward. Whatever you recover, once you recover it, whether it is a sense of peace, a sense of clarity, focus, if you suddenly discover a new perspective, or if you, like, whatever it is that you find or discover, move forward, charge. Like, once you get your mind in the right place, move forward. Once you recover something that was lost, move forward. Once you find that missing piece, move forward. Unholy aura on top of natural warrior. Oh, that's interesting. It's very much like to combat people or to stand your ground against people that just have their own demons to work through, their own traumas to work through. Like, you need to stand up to them. You need to be a natural warrior. You need to be able to tell who's not in a good spot and to do what you can do to protect yourself. But at the same time, it's kind of like you need to be able to spot them, people who are not in a good space and who might affect you and keep you from evolving. But at the same time, if this is you, if you are the person that kind of lashes out and does things that you regret, you need to figure out why you do the things that you do and somehow fight it and put a stop to that cycle. Furious resistance. Sometimes the archenemy is yourself. In which case, if you end up discovering that you are your own worst enemy, you need to stop resisting the changes that you need to make to stop being your worst enemy. And sometimes you do have arch enemies out there outside of yourself. And it's just a matter of identifying them and stop missing the red flags. Furious resistance. Stop resisting the red flag when it comes up. Like, yes, we want to have grace and compassion for people, but we also need to be aware of the type of life that we want for ourselves and understand that there is a place for everyone in our life, and you need to know who should be placed where in your life, depending on the type of person they are. Oh, that's too many cards. I guess I'll keep it because I'm taking a long time looking at it. But we have rapid reflexes on top of unnoticeable. So rapid reflexes, quick, fast reflex, something is automatic, and unnoticeable, again, automatic. Like, you don't notice it, it just happens. So it's like you need to get faster at doing something, like unconsciously, subconsciously being fast and catching something. And then we have invoke the divine in the reversal. Let go of all that harms you, cast your burdens into the darkness, and build for the faithful a house of light. But it's in the reversal. I think what you need to catch quickly, and you need it to become second nature, is the moments that you descend into some type of darkness, whether inside your own mind, in your own habits, because this is to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, which is that work or lack of work, lack of effort, not having a solid routine for growth and building, not having the effort and the work, or the effort behind the work that needs to be done with whatever it is you're trying to build. So it's like you need to become better at getting out of your own head, at maneuvering through whatever dark moments you have, but at the same time, get faster and better and have it be second nature that you identify the darkness in others. But also, since invoke the divine is like casting out darkness and like bringing in the light, it's very much like not just identifying it, but actually clearing the darkness. So if you have shadow work to do, if there are areas of insecurity, doubt, fear, shame, guilt, like those types of feelings, being able to work through them, not just identify, but work through them and bring light to those areas, not just within yourself, but other people, and not just with people, but with situations, projects, when like problem solving. If you're working on a project and you hit a little block in your project, a little dead end, and you're wondering, okay, what do I do now? Where do I go? How do I progress to the next level? And it might take a moment for you to have that aha moment and realize, okay, this is how I can get to the next level. So there's always that period, that moment of adjusting and reworking the way that you're thinking to solve a problem and get to the next step. It's very much like that. Work through your shadows. And in order to work through your shadows, I think you also need to step back into certain traditional ways of thinking or methods, maybe even also taking bits and pieces of traditions and putting them together. Since I did say this is giving me the Hierophant card energy. And Hierophant is about tradition, legacy, but at the same time, it also represents doing things your own way or finding your way. We have Bodyguard in the reversal to clarify this selfish, bad practitioner, jealous envy in the reversal. And then we have Mental Agony in the reversal at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. So Bodyguard in reversal, it's giving me the feeling of like you don't have to be on your guard. Maybe this person, if it's another person outside of you, maybe they have already gotten their karma. Maybe things are already at play. Maybe they have somehow become aware of their actions and is making changes for themselves. But I could also see a different interpretation, which is whoever this person was, whether it's you or someone else, possibly not knowing that you make bad decisions or they make bad decisions, and how it's probably grounded in some type of jealousy or envy. And how with bodyguard in the reversal, it's giving me the feeling of like a pretend friend. Someone who says they're going to be there for you and then isn't there for you. So it's almost like maybe that's what you do, or that's what they do. If you're unaware, or if they're unaware of their bad habits, your bad habits. So it's kind of like thinking that you're a good person, but you're not a good person. Thinking that you're a best friend, or saying that you're a best friend, but you're not a best friend. That kind of thing. And the mental agony in the reversal, it's like, but don't stress. It was either don't stress over this, or at the same time, whoever is doing bad stuff, like they're not stressing. Again, this could be you, this could be someone else. So let's get some answers on moving forward. No cards. This is taking a long time. The cards don't usually take this long to shuffle. I would like to ask if I'm using the right oracle deck for this portion. Or is it just how I'm shuffling the cards so nothing is popping out? Did one flip? Nope. Wow, this is taking a while. Oh, finally. All right. Karmic board clearing. Energetic clearing. Rewrite your story. Live your truth. I have been talking about karma this whole time for majority of this reading. So either karma is being cleared for you, karma is being cleared for someone else. And it seems as though once karma is cleared, once things happen the way that it should be happening, then you'll have a brand new beginning. Hence that world card. It's like, but this is giving me the feeling that things still need to take place in order for the board to be cleared and for your story to be completely like new. Angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. So this could mean that maybe in certain situations, you're not fully protected. As in, if you do certain things, if you make certain choices, certain bad choices, that does get you mixed up in certain things. Like, there's only so much protection that can be granted to you. But at the same time, it could also feel like you're not protected when you are. So like, don't gamble with your protection though. You know, just don't gamble with it. And like, you are protected, but just don't be overly rambunctious. And maybe you just need to tap into your connection more. Like, you need to actually connect. As soon as I say connect, Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Yeah, tap into your more sensitive side. Be yourself entirely. Live with grace. Star gathering. Stars aligned. Remembering home, soul, family. Like I said earlier, once you recover what has been lost and repressed memory, and I did say it's like you're trying to remember your dream. Stars aligned. Remembering home, soul, family. Yeah. Like finding yourself, finding what's meant for you, being entirely you, and like staying true to that. And then we have Stargate Heart on the bottom of the deck. Heart chakra opening, unlocking, generosity, but in the reversal. You need to open up your heart. That's also part of the healing. Like, standards, boundaries, they're not to put your heart behind a wall. They're there to just like make sure your heart doesn't get crazy hurt. It's like armor while you're out adventuring. It's not a fortress that you lock your heart inside. So, in summary, some of you need to look inside yourselves a bit more, figure out some answers, and start doing the work necessary to find yourself and be exactly who you are. And some of you are being asked to come out of solitude, that you've done enough introspection, you've done enough healing, and it's time to take chances and actually put action and practice to your words and to the healing that you've done. While you're doing all of that, it is a balancing act of going towards your dreams, remembering to check in with yourself and heal, keeping an eye out for red flags, not just in other people, but yourself. Checking in with yourself every time that you have like a little misstep. Be sure to clear out your shadows and be sure to identify people that have shadows of their own. And essentially stay true. Again, stay true to who you are and what you genuinely want for yourself. And if you're going through a bit of gunk, a bit of like funky situations, it's karma. It is karma. You're gonna have to weather the storms. You'll come out on the other side better for it, as long as you've learned the lessons and you start again putting action and practice into routine and making changes. And open up your heart. Whew. I hope this reading resonated with you, and wishing you much love and support on your journey. Once again, if you would like a private one-on-one session with me for tarot, divination, energy healing, or sound healing, you can go to my Linktree Tempest Trade in the description below, or visit any one of my social media, also in the description below. Until next time, bye.